everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Lindsay and I am the Fantasy Fan.
And I'm Danielle, your resident romantic, and we are friends
till the book ends. And today we are bringing you another specialized review. This is for our book club, our monthly book club. We pick 2 books usually per month, one that I pick and one that Danielle picks.
Right.
And this portion was chosen by yours truly. I picked Phoenix Unbound by Grace Draven. To give a little synopsis of this book, bear with me, we were debating on who had to give the synopsis because it gets complicated.
It's a very in-depth world, so it's hard to do a short, brief synopsis for it.
So essentially, I'll kind of like skim off the back a little bit. I'll cheat. Every year, they send a girl to the capital to take part in the ceremony, essentially where they get like burned alive at the stake. So this one town sends Jeline every year because she has a special power where she's actually like fire resistant, low-key. She has like special powers that allow her to not be burned. She does suffer consequences, however, when she uses this power. For the last couple years, a gladiator at the capital has noticed that the same woman keeps showing up. So he, as a gladiator, is essentially kind of like captured and he's held there against his will. And he is going to use Jeline to escape. So he forces her to help him escape and then kidnaps her because he thinks she's blessed by the gods. He's going to use her to reclaim his birthright as essentially the leader of his people. So that is the very bare bones synopsis for this book, because it does get very in-depth.
One thing I will specify. So Jeline's special power is that she's kind of like a fire witch, but she also can create an illusion of herself. So the way that she keeps sneaking back every year is that she makes her look like a different person every year. And for whatever reason, this particular gladiator seems to be the only one who can see through the illusion. And that is where he's like, something is not right
he's like, this girl.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go through just our general thoughts, ratings, opinions, and then we'll dive more in depth. But we have not chatted with each other about this book whatsoever. So I'm kind of excited to see.
This is always my favorite part, is like the big reveal on camera, because I'm like dying to talk about it.
So Danielle, what was your rating for this book?
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh!
What was your rating?
I gave it like a 3,
what?
3 and a half.
Your book!
I know. Well, I don't know. I think I know my reading taste, but then I don't. So I kind of gave it a 3, 3 and a half. It's not bad. I did enjoy it. But.
All right. So the rough reason I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 was because I really enjoyed it. I thought that overall the writing was really well. I thought that the author wrote it in such a way that I was very involved in the story. I felt like I was in this mystical, magical world. The only issue I have with it, and the reason it didn't get a 5 out of 5, was because the ending was a little anticlimactic and wrapped up really quickly. And I've mentioned in a couple other videos, I really hate anticlimactic endings and endings that are rapidly wrapped up. So aside from the ending, I really liked it. Why did you give it a 3-ish?
I don't know. There was just like a disconnect for me. Like, I liked the first part of the book, but then there was just like a lot of traveling, and I hate traveling stories. Like, I don't want to call this a road trip book.
I was gonna say, you hate...
It's not a road trip book.
It's kind of a barbaric world in that everyone lives separately and you either walk or ride horses. It's not like there's like technology in this. So is that why you didn't like it? Because there was a lot of travel between towns?
Well, it just felt boring in the middle. Like, I felt like the middle part just like nothing happened. And then, I don't know, there was just a disconnect. I didn't hate the characters, but I didn't also really like them. Like, Jeline was kind of annoying because she was like, I don't like Azarian, like he's terrible, blah blah blah. And then she's like, maybe I like him. Like, I don't know. And I usually like stuff like that.
You like hate to love.
I know, but in this case, I just didn't feel like I didn't believe it. I don't know why. There was something about it that just, like, I didn't see them together. I was like, I don't know. Something about them I didn't like them together. Azarian, the main male lead, he was almost like there was something wrong with him. Like, other than him literally kidnapping her against her will, there was nothing wrong with him. He was so kind and always so considerate, and he just does things right all the time, and he's just like a great leader and blah blah blah. And it's just like, okay, well, where's it, like, other than the kidnapping part, like, where's his character flaws?
I so disagree with that. Yes, there are character flaws. Quick thing we forgot to mention in the beginning, as always with these book reviews, there are spoilers.
Yeah. I was trying not to do spoilery, but I forgot we do spoilers, so.
So, Azarian, first of all, he has the flaw where he is very, for lack of a better word, I'm sorry, he's very fucked up in the head. Because he is tortured, he is abused, he is not only a slave to the capital to be a gladiator, but the queen of the capital chooses to take him as his bedchamber partner, However, she's also twisted in there and, like, humiliates him in those ways.
I feel like he didn't come out with that much issues, though. I didn't see the damage. I love a damaged main character. I didn't feel it. I didn't see it.
You're so twisted. No, but, like, not just...
That's why Beauty and the Beast was my favorite growing up.
Beauty and the Beast was my favorite, too, though. All right, wait a minute. Hold on. You guys are all witnessing this. I did not know that was your favorite.
Oh, yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
That was so my favorite.
I was like, I want to be Belle because she's smart and likes books. And
yes.
B, I was like, the Beast. The chef's kissed.
But see, it's like she turned... We're getting off topic.
Yes.
Okay. No, but I don't know. Like, there was also the flaws in that, like, he was so stuck on revenge. And he mistreated Jolene a couple times. He literally kidnapped her.
Well, yeah, but that was like it, I feel like.
Nah,
I mean, he didn't listen to her when she was like, I want to leave. And he was like, no.
Right.
But, like, other than that, like, he was, like, so nice to her. And it almost was just, like, boring. I was like, be mean to her. I was like, be mean to her a little bit more. Or, like, I wanted her, I don't know. I don't know what I wanted out of it, but I didn't get it.
I'm just gonna have to politely disagree with you there. I felt he was mean enough and selfish enough and revenge-filled enough that I saw the character flaws. I'm sorry, but
that's
we're just
okay.
gonna have
That's
to
why
disagree.
That's why we like books. So
we're already...
yes, we already were chatting
we're
about
already
the
on
characters. Yes.
What did you think about Jolene?
She was fine, I guess. I didn't hate her. I didn't love her either.
I thought the whole setup with Jolene and her town, I thought that was dumb. Like, it was important for the story, but I hated that Jolene kept going back.
Yeah, they were actually mean to her, and
yes.
she was like, I have to go back and protect them, and I was like, why, bitch? I was like, they're mean to you. They literally send you every year to be murdered.
Her town, like, literally the entire town knows that she's the one who goes each year, so they don't have to sacrifice someone else. Instead of, like, praising her and treating her like a god all the time, they, like, are awful to her. And then, so she keeps telling Azarion that she can't stay, and he stays true to his word, gets her back to her town, and they treat her even worse, because they think that she purposely tried to avoid.
Yeah, they think she ran away, but then why would she come back?
Right. So that was a little annoying for me.
The characters that I did like, I liked Azarion's tribe, like, the sister, I thought she was great. I loved the mom. The mom's precious. I can't remember their names, because I read this like a month ago.
I was a little surprised with the sister's love interest, but I was happily surprised.
Oh yeah,
I was not expecting that.
Queer rep in here.
There is,
which is cool. Love to see it, and it was like casual queer rep.
It was
queer rep. It wasn't like
in your face. Like, look at this reference right here. It was just like, oh, this is a normal thing.
Exactly. It was just normal. It wasn't like a big deal.
Right.
Which I thought was cool.
The mom was adorable. I loved the mom.
She was so precious.
Mom.
Yeah.
She was cute.
She was like a quintessential like pinch your cheek kind of mom. I was like, oh,
but
she's
also
so cute.
I'm gonna hit you with my dishcloth if you try to get in my way right now.
Yeah, she's like the perfect mix of like sugar and spice.
Right.
I was like,
exactly.
love her.
Absolutely.
How did you feel about like the setting, like the world building?
I thought the world building was really well done. I really loved it. So it's 390 pages, which may seem like a lot, but when you're building an entire fantasy world, that's only a small amount to describe everything in enough detail.
I agree.
So I thought there was a very good balance for how much time she had to describe it. What about you?
I think the same thing. Like, it wasn't a super long book. Like, it was a medium. I think that she did a good job of, like, crafting a world where I was like, okay, it's not too complicated, but it's also not, like, she didn't explain anything and I was confused.
It's not too confusing, but it's not too complicated, which is really nice.
I do like worlds, because it's almost, like, Greco-Roman kind of inspired with, like, the gladiators and, like, but also it was tribes, so it almost felt like Celtic, like with the Celtic tribes or like with the Germanic tribes. So it felt very much, you can see my history nerd coming out. You should know I was a history major. So it almost felt very much like it was set in that time period, but in like a fantastical setting kind of. So I really liked it. I thought it was fun. So Halani, who is we see as a kind of like a minor side character in like the first third of the book, she's a healer. She has a book in this world, the second book.
Would you want to read it?
Yes. I don't know, I really liked her. I thought she was cool. It's not like I didn't like this book. I did like it. It just wasn't what I don't know, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I did like Grace Draven's writing, but interestingly enough, I did read another Grace Draven book since I've read this one, and I felt the same way about it. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't have liked it, because it has all the things I love. The other one had, like, an arranged marriage trope between two people who, like, thought each other were ugly. Like, it should have been something that I loved, but it was fine.
Yeah, I mean,
something I think I just may have a small disconnect with this author. Like,
it's certainly possible.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that, though, because, like, you have a disconnect with the author, yet you're willing to read the follow-up book for Halani.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd want to read the follow-up book for
you
Halani.
don't read follow-up books, I feel like.
No, like, I would be fine to read it, because if this was turned into a trilogy or a series, that would be cool. But I feel like Halani herself as a character, I was not super interested in. She was fine, but I just felt like there was maybe around her character some forced mysteriousness to build suspense.
Oh, yeah.
And I was not jiving with it, therefore I didn't jive with the character.
Fair.
So I don't think I would be interested in reading a book about her.
They'd give you the answers, though.
Yeah, I didn't care enough for the answers, though. Like, I felt like it was purposely mysterious around her and her family, where I was like, you're being a little on the nose, so I'm gonna punish you and not care what the answers are. Like,
take that.
That was me, yeah.
Did you like the cover? I think we both talked about how much we love this cover.
I love the cover. It's so pretty.
So whoever did this cover is excellent. And this is actually, I think this is actually traditionally published. I think other Grace Draven books are, like, she publishes them herself.
Oh.
Self-published. So,
so she's, like, mainly an indie author?
Yeah, so she's an indie romance author. So
interesting.
It was cool that we could support an indie author, because I think most of the books that we've looked at so far have been pretty, like, contemporary, traditionally published.
Yeah.
Mostly romance. Overall, decent book. Like, I think I read it in, like, 2.5 days. So it wasn't as if I was struggling to get through it. I just thought that the middle part was a little bland and the characters I didn't quite connect with. But I did enjoy it. Like, I thought the writing was really good. I think you mentioned it earlier. Like, you thought the writing was great. I thought it was great, too. The world building was good. We liked Azarian's family. Yeah. Like, the cover's cute. So there were things that we did like about it.
Right. Ironically, I felt that the author took a long time to build the love interest between Azarian and Jolene.
Yeah, it was a slow burn.
But it's funny because I actually like that. Usually I like it where it's quick up front. Yeah. I need to know what I'm reading for. But it was just, like, delicately done enough.
Yeah.
Where it was like, this is good. I can work through this.
Yeah. Yeah, so this definitely was a slow burn. They didn't get together till the last, like, quarter of the book?
Right, and even then, it's like, she still left him.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, I did mention in the beginning I wasn't a fan of the ending. What did you think of the ending, though? Like, we're talking ending from the point where Azarian sends her home to her town and everything that follows after.
That's, okay, so I do think things got a little convoluted with the ending, because she ends up coming back the next year to, like, to the burning again, and saving the girls there, but she gets, like, possessed by this, like, fire witch spirit thing, and she was like, well, I'm gonna die, but I guess I'll do it anyway, but then she doesn't die because she's special, which also, I was like, but why is she special? She gets back with him, and it's all like, it was rushed. I felt like it was rushed. Like, they were definitely trying to, like, wrap up this book real fast.
Right. Which is a shame, because the whole rest of the book was just, for me, pacing was perfect.
Yeah.
And then the ending was just like, okay, let's finish it.
It could have used another 30 pages.
I would agree with that,
yeah. I mean, that's not that many pages. Could have added it. But yeah, I definitely felt like the ending was, like, a wee bit rushed, and, like, some of it wasn't quite explained. But, I mean, I guess it was the saddest, like, it wrapped up everything.
Yeah, like, it didn't leave anything open-ended. Yeah. Which is fine, which is good for an ending, but that was just the one thing I had. Yeah. All right, well, that is it. Lindsay gave it a 3.5. I gave it a 4.5. Not the worst book we've read. Certainly great. I would be interested in reading from Grace Draven again, but not the Halani story. You would be interested in reading the Halani story, so we'll see where that shows up in our future. If you've read this book, let us know what you think about it in the comments, and stay tuned for our next videos. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.